What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm coming at you with another video. We are about 7 weeks out from the Toronto Marathon, and we are entering into my favorite time of the year. It's back to school. Today is the first day kids are back to school. The fall air is crisp, the sun is out, football's back. Everyone has this little extra energy and buzz. The runs are cooler, getting better times, hitting all your paces. Honestly, it doesn't get better than that unless you're dealing with a little bit of a setback. And that's what I'm gonna take you through this week. If you guys have been paying attention to my Instagram, which if you aren't, you should follow me over there. I shared a little bit about how I had a big long run workout planned for Sunday that I was super stoked about, that I had to miss because I got sick. And then in the midst of getting sick, I got some low back pain, and now my back is sore, and I was supposed to have another super intense, good fartlek workout today, and can't run that because my back is sore. And if any of you are watching this and you know what it's like to go through injury, it can be a bit frustrating. So as a healthcare professional, a coach, a physiotherapist, I'm going to take you through a little bit of how I view injury, how I'm going to go through this little setback. I'm going to be all good. I'm not too concerned about it, but I don't want to be sidelined for too long. So I'm going to try and share the process with you as how I modify and go about dealing with a little bit of sickness and a little bit of low back pain and a little bit of mental challenge. So come along for the ride, take you through the week. Hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful weather and getting your runs in, as I can't. Not mad about it, maybe a little bit. All right, let's do this. All right, guys, so some of the ways that I am continuing to train when I'm not running is we're gonna start with the bike. So we're gonna get about 45 minutes to an hour easy spin. Idea with this is just to keep cardio up, keep the aerobic system going, and then I'm gonna follow this up with a little bit of like movement rehab, we can call it. Start to load the back a little bit, move the body. Physically, it'll be good for me. Mentally, it'll be good for me. So we're gonna finish up with the bike here. Got about another 45 minutes, and then gonna hop off and get into some movement and exercise. Let's do it. So I just want to walk you guys through this, what I did in this session. The main idea here is I want to start exposing my back to some movement to calm down the tissue that's a bit aggravated. So I like to do this with some controlled movements such as cat-cows, as you see here in the video, where we're exposing the spine to some flexion and extension, some down dog to a little bit of an up dog, where again you're going through some extension and flexion of the spine. This is what was causing me a little bit of sensitivity in the low back, and the idea with this is just to show the tissue that it's okay to expose it, or to put it in the position that is sensitive. The other thing I want to try to do is like mimic a little bit of what running looks like. So big part of running is single leg hip extension and flexion of the hip, which I'm doing here. You'll also get a lot of back extension and flexion in running. So I'm trying to do this in a way that is tolerable. The other key is we want to start to expose the tissue to a bit of load, right? So in these exercises here, we're starting to add a bit of resistance with some hip flexor marching, just to get the hip flexors loaded, the back loaded on one leg. And then we're going to transition a little bit of like single leg glute bridge. It's just going to load the posterior chain in through the glute, in through the lower back, especially into extension, which the left side is a bit sensitive for me. And then we're going to get into some lateral band walks. It's just going to activate the glutes, load the hip a little bit. And you can see my spine's a little bit flexed here. So we're getting some flexion loading just to load the back in a weight bearing position. And another favorite movement of mine is the suitcase march. Marching is a great representation of running. You get a lot of single leg stability here. You get a lot of flexion through the hip. So it's a good way to load the tissue and prepare the spine for what we're going to see in running. So those are just a few ways that I loaded my body as we got to prepare the tissue and calm the tissue down to get back to running. All right, guys, so I just wrapped up my workout. Just want to give you guys a little insight into like how I think about rehab. Obviously, I own a rehab and performance-based clinic. I'm a physiotherapist, I'm a coach, so I have some knowledge in this. So I'm going to share my mindset around this. So we look at rehab in 3 phases: the calm it down phase, the build it up phase, and the bridge the gap phase, bridging the gap between rehab and performance. Performance in my case is running a sub 3-hour marathon. I would say I fall inside the build it up phase. I'm not so sore and sensitive that I need to completely stop everything and calm it down, but I'm in the build it up phase where I need to modify things. I need to find an entry point to load, which is what I just did in that session earlier. You know, we hit a bike, so I'm getting some aerobic capacity. I hit some movement, so we're getting some mobility through the back as that's bothering me. In positions that like you'll probably see in running. Did some strengthening, quote unquote strengthening, not really super stimulating strength, but loading tissue. All of this is to start to load the tissue, build it up, and prepare it to bridge that gap back to performance, which for me is getting back to running consistently, doing speed work, and really pushing my body. I don't think I'm that far off from getting back to that phase. I just think I need to do this the right way. And in the past, I probably would have just pushed through this and flared myself up more, and then having a harder time to get back on track. So my goal is to make my body feel good, get back on track, and then ramp up. I still have a decent amount of time until the race where I can get in some key sessions, but I don't want this to go on too long. So we're gonna try our best to patiently yet strategically push myself to get back to being able to run. So I'm hopeful that I'm gonna get back to that sooner than later. I don't wanna put any timelines on it right now because it's gonna drive me a little bit insane. I do have something in my head, but I'm not gonna share it because I don't wanna put that stuff out there. I wanna focus on day to day, just trying to get my back feeling better. I'm still a little bit stuffed, a little bit sick. So focus on getting recovered from that and then getting back and hitting it hard. So a little bit of what it looked like today. We'll see what goes on the rest of the day into tomorrow. What's up, guys? It is now Wednesday, a day later. I didn't want to bore you guys with my rehab footage again, but I essentially got into the same thing. Did another 45 minutes on the bike. Did some of the similar exercises I did yesterday. Back is feeling definitely better. When I wake up in the morning, it is definitely stiff and sore, and I worry that it's not getting better. But as the day goes on, it starts to warm up, and I end up feeling a lot better with how it's moving. So as of right now, it's about 3:10. Had a full day of work, movement, a little workout session, and it's feeling really good. Feels like I could probably go run right now. I'm not going to do that because it's probably not the smart thing to do, but I'm getting closer. I'm thinking I'm going to try to run tomorrow. So as I go through this process, I've been just reflecting on the rehab process itself a lot. As someone who works and coaches a ton of people going through injury, it's a good reminder for me, although I don't want to ever get hurt because it sucks. It's a good reminder for me of what people are going through when they deal with an injury. So I'm someone who knows a lot about rehab. I know a lot about pain. I know a lot about injury. I know a lot about how the body works, how to recover, all that kind of stuff. And even knowing that and knowing that I'm going to get better, like I'm fully confident in the fact that probably in the next couple of days, I am going to be better. Even with that knowledge, I still have these moments of spiraling and frustration and negativity and this feeling of like, I'm never going to get back to running. And so I can relate a lot to how it must feel for someone who doesn't have that knowledge base, that understanding and that confidence that they're going to get better, how worrisome and anxiety provoking and frustrating it could be to go through an injury not knowing when you're going to get back to something that's super important to you. And this idea of controlling what you can control, I've been thinking about this a lot, and like, it is true. Like, that is the truth. Like, when someone says you need to control what you can control, that is the path out of this, because I can't control the weather. I can't control a race getting like, I can't control all of those things, but what I can control is what I put in my body, how I do my rehab exercises, how I recover. Like, I can control all those things right now that are going to help me move forward. Even when I know that is the way out, it is still the most annoying thing to think about. Like, you don't care that you can control what you can control. You just want it to get better. So I learned that, like, you know, when I tell people to focus on controlling what they can control when they're in a negative situation, it is the right thing, but it is not the easiest thing to hear and to accept when you're in a negative situation. So it's just gotten me reflecting and reminding myself of how challenging this process can be. And it also just makes me excited for my job, and knowing that I can actually help people, you know, through this process. So if you're going through an injury right now, you're not doing something that's important and is meaningful to you, I feel you. It can get better. You need to find the right people to get in your corner that are going to support you, that are going to be knowledgeable in what you're doing, to help you out of it. But you can get there, so don't give up on that. And I'm hopefully going to be out of this phase of the rehab and into the bridge the gap phase that we talked about yesterday, sooner than later. All right, guys, today is Thursday. I woke up this morning feeling a lot better, still some stiffness, but not a ton of pain in the back. So figured that today was going to be the day that we try to get back into some running. So gonna aim for about 10K, easy, depending on how it feels. A little bit of discomfort on the run will be okay, but don't want to push too much and flare it up again. So gonna give it a go. It's a beautiful day, so I'm excited to be able to get out and run. So let's see how it goes. All right, run done. Happy with how it went. A little bit of stiffness, a little bit of discomfort, but nothing that I would say was unbearable, which is a good sign. When it comes to trying to reintroduce things like running back in, it's okay to have a little bit of discomfort. I like to say, you know, we want to poke the bear a little bit, but we don't want to punch it in the face. So the goal today was to just go out and run a little bit, see how it felt. If we poke the bear a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of stiffness, and so from there we can always build on that. So the key is going to be to see how I feel in a couple hours, and then how I feel by tomorrow. If all things are checking out, I'll probably get another run in tomorrow. Probably looking at 15K most likely, if things are feeling good when I wake up tomorrow morning. But overall, super stoked about this. I think we're headed in the right direction. So we'll check in with you guys later today, see how things are feeling. What's up, guys? As I was editing this video, I realized that I did not record anything from Friday. It was a pretty busy day at work, but I did get in another run. I did, I think, 13K easy, a little bit of a step up from what I did on Thursday. Felt really good. Back was a little bit stiff, but overall feeling good. Setting me up nicely for the Saturday long run, which you guys will see next. What's up, guys? It is Saturday at around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to get into the long run workout that I was going to do last week before I got sick. Been feeling a lot better this week. The back has been feeling better the last couple days. I would say probably overall feeling around 85-90%, which is good. So I'm going to go and give this workout a try. So what the workout's going to be is going to be 8K warm-up, followed by 3 sets of 6K at 4:05 to 4:10 pace, with a 2K recovery in between those 6K tempos. It's going to come out at a total of 32 kilometers. which is going to be the longest run that I've done in a very long time. And this is going to be a nice little test to see how I can hold some tempos for faster than marathon pace. So to do a sub 3 hour marathon, we need to hit a 450 per kilometer pace. Will sneak you in under 3 hours. So aiming for some 405 to 410 6K tempos is going to be a little bit faster than that goal marathon pace that I have coming up in October. The weather is feeling like fall, which is actually kind of nice. The coolness. Yesterday I ran and it was pretty humid. It's a bit windy here. I'm down by the water here in Burlington, but I think we'll be in for a good day, good run, and hopefully everything goes well. We'll catch you guys in the run and maybe after. Cheers. All right, guys, run is done. 32K in the books. Super happy with how that went. Legs were a little sore in the middle and the end, but I mean, it was 32 kilometers at fast paces, so that makes sense. Back held up really well. It's going to be interesting to see how it feels the rest of the day, but really, really happy with my splits. I hit the 8K warm-up at like 450, and then had the 6K intervals, hit all those at 409 pace, which was great. Couldn't ask for better consistency across those 3 intervals. Then had the little cool down. So really, really happy with that. That's probably the first long run workout at faster than marathon pace that I've done in this block. And to be able to hit that right now feels great. With probably about 4 more weeks of building here. So as long as we can stay healthy, be smart, keep the body feeling good, recover and be able to push paces, I think we're going to be in good shape. But going to wrap this up, get some food, get some protein in, start the recovery process, see how the back holds up. And also Michigan plays against Texas today. Go Blue. Big game already for the boys. Second game into the season, so gonna check that out and get on with the day.
He grew up, and one of the things that he realized and that he learned is that he was going to need to be a leader of men at some point in his career. And
What's up, guys? Today is Sunday. We made it. I am off today. Recovery. Body's feeling really good after the run yesterday. I'm obviously sore, my legs, my ankles, my calves, but the back is feeling really good. Feel like I'm recovering well. That effort is a big effort for me. 32K, it's the first 32K long run workout that I've done in this block. And I'm super happy with being able to hit those paces, have my back feel the way that it did, knowing the week that I had leading into that run. So I'm hoping that I'm back on track with this, that I can get back into the regular scheduled program. We're about 6 weeks out from the race, which is not a lot of time. Probably going to have another 4 weeks of building. So we'll probably see some big workouts coming over the next couple weeks as we then head into like a 2-week taper and then race. Super happy with the weather. If the weather stays this way, it's going to make the training run so much more enjoyable and probably have the paces be a lot better. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This was a fun episode for me to make. It allowed for me to kind of show both my passions. I love running, but I also love rehab and what we do at the Movement Physio and Performance, and the knowledge that I've built over the last 5 years as a physiotherapist and coach. So being able to blend those two and share a little bit of that with you guys, as well as kind of show you how I would manage something like this on myself, was fun for me. I had a blast. Let me know what you guys think about that episode. Leave some comments if you have any questions around rehab or running or preparing for a marathon. I'm super appreciative of all the support that I got from you guys this week when I shared a little bit of my sickness and my injury. Means a lot. These vlogs have been fun for me to make, and it's been good to keeping me accountable and actually allowing me to share and lean into some of the challenges that I'm going through, as this doesn't always go as planned, right? So really happy with that. Appreciate the support. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos coming up here over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Make sure you follow me over on Strava. I post all my stuff on Strava. If you want to check me out on IG, I share a lot of my thoughts there as well, so you can follow me over on Instagram. But hope you guys are getting after it. Hope you're digging in, having some fun, pushing your bodies, challenging yourself. We'll see you in the next one. As always, dig deep. Peace.